Look, guys, I know it makes some of you squeamish, but we have a responsibility to these girls. We're sacrificing everything to make sure the station is safe and secure. You know, remind you of what could happen if one tiny crack in the outer structure goes undetected. I'm not asking you to sit in there and talk to them, but I am asking you to make sure the nutrient lines are filled and no contaminants are getting in. And it's perfectly safe to open the pod every once in a while to check for heart rate and pulse fluctuations manually. Just remember to use the associated security hub for each pod to open, and then close it after you're done.
How did you manage to avoid being affected by the signal? Were you in on it with that bastard, Darrow?
What, did you perhaps think that I didn't get... Never mind, they might not have made the connection yet.
Get away! Just get away! I saw what you people did. You killed them all! You even killed each other!
And Hugh Darrow was a monster. Such a tragedy. In the right hands, this technology could have helped so many people.
Hey, that's the one with a bit of sense.
You seem to be unaffected by the signal that Darrow is broadcasting. I suppose that is a military adaptation?
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Jensen, how ironic that you should be the one to save us from the monsters out there.
Monsters, Taggart? You mean people. Augmented people who've lost all control, lost their reason.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? Unfortunately, it seems your esteemed Mr. Darrow decided to appropriate my point and turn it back on me. In madness and in blood. He has betrayed us all.
So you finally admit it. You are part of this, after all. You have been all along.
It would be pointless to deny anything now, but despite what you think of us, we never wanted augmentations outlawed. All we've ever sought is regulation, rules governing how the technology is developed, and laws that ensure its use for the good of society.
You've raised society above humanity. So who gets to make those rules?
Men with wisdom, strength, and tenacity to know what's right. Proven leaders who distinguish themselves, like you, Mr. Jensen. You've certainly earned the right to be one of us. All you have to do is take it.
I'm not looking for glory, Taggart.
Just remember that without control, there's no room for freedom, only anarchy. You were a policeman once. You know the importance of order.
I know there's a difference between order and slavery.
The biochip wasn't supposed to force people to do anything. It merely limited powers so that people couldn't go on killing sprees like the ones taking place right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
Say what you will, but I know that some part of you agrees with me. Absolute freedom is no different than absolute chaos. Society needs boundaries if it has any hope of surviving, and you, Mr. Jensen, can be the one to give us that hope. Shut down Darrow's signal. Then help me get a message out saying that an accident at VersaLife contaminated the world's neuropozyne supply.
VersaLife? And what if I decided to blame the Illuminati?
The Illuminati is just a name to get rich financiers to invest more money. Besides, do you really think the world will believe in some 18th century conspiracy theory? Do this for us, and you'll ensure a future for mankind, all of mankind, augmented or otherwise. The future Hugh Darrow offers doesn't allow for both.
Let me think about it.
Alright. Actually, can I just talk to him again? I still don't like this guy.
All of this is as much your fault as it is Darrow's. You and your cabal.
Perhaps. But all we sought was a safety valve, Mr. Jensen. A means of making sure the world would never spin out of control. The potential of this technology is great, but as we've seen, its potential for destruction is even greater.
Your doomsday scenario doesn't impress me. You'd say anything to stay in power.
Do you think humanity will simply police itself? We do not live in some Eden, Mr. Jensen. Or are you that much like your boss, David Seraph, who envisions a world where everyone is enhanced and suddenly they all love each other? There will always be a need for methods of control.
And conveniently, in your future, the Illuminati will hold the reins.
Not directly. There are organizations already in place that are better equipped to handle certain things, the UN, for instance.
Reimagined, no doubt.
At least somewhat. And this technology will be a great part of it. Imagine, Mr. Jensen, a world governed by common principles. The end to international power struggles, to terrorism. These things can be accomplished if you join us.
Alright, so... Oh shit, do I even need to go through that way? I don't. Man, where do I even start with that? As just to say, the proclivity for violence and tribalism is due in large part to the education. Like, if you got the education right, people wouldn't be violent. Or at least they'd resist their violent urges without just cause. It's mostly the uneducated that you have to, or the miseducated that you have to worry about being violent. And, of course, in this world, those in power prefers being miseducated because then they're easier to control. Which, yeah, that means violence is going to keep happening as long as we're educated like that. Of course, the issue with doing the education route is you have to wait at least, and I mean at least, one full generation before it really takes effect. Since the old guard has to die out, or be re-educated, or be killed off. Since it's the kids who will actually learn the new philosophy. Yes, the other part was the... What, without control, there's only chaos? Yeah. And you don't... It really does feel like it's a bad faith argument on humanity. And honestly, when it comes to bad faith versus good faith, it's kind of just faith on that front. There's not... It's kind of difficult to convince someone one way or the other. And I know, at least from the stance of a good faith person, you can try and prove someone is irredeemable. And you can kind of do so if they actually do have no redeeming qualities. But in a bad faith argument, you can't really convince anyone is good because you'll always suspect ulterior motives. And I feel like without control, there is no... Without control, there's only chaos. Does come from a bad faith argument. People are inherently social creatures, despite what capitalist upbringing would have you believe otherwise. So we like to be in the good graces of other humans. So even if there's no governmental society, even if there's no shadow governmental society in this specific instance, people will still form tribes and at least try to be good with one another because that would help them survive. And plus we also tend to, assuming we haven't been educated that violence is the right path, and we tend to feel better helping than harming. So, without control, there would be order. Where does this elevator lead? But you'd also have freedom, I suppose. Yeah, you would. Although, you'd have to get into the nuance of what kinds of freedom, because if there's a total collapse of society, I doubt the internet will... Well, will the internet survive? I think in part it will, but I don't think wholeheartedly. Some servers will definitely go down. I suppose that's trying to have everything as a too much for one person's hands to handle. Yeah, explosive power right next to him, huh? That's another two.
Stop running! How do you expect me to catch you?
Oh, okay. Didn't think I had a bar yet, actually. I also didn't think they'd actually pin me to the spot when they get a hold of me. Interesting. I really do think a lot of societal problems do come back to education, which is a very slow solution, but it's a much better solution than I think anything else, at least our current system, can cook up. The problem is getting the education to be improved in the first place, which capitalism has proven time and time again to prefer to gut education. Rather than improve it. That's all they want are worker bees, not thinking people. Let's see if I can find a passcode for that first. Well, that's a fair number of them. And of course, just the whole laws part. I feel that, and to express my opinion on using the laws to correct society at this point. Ideally, they should indeed be as idealistic as that, something that helps, that is a codification of our morals, but it's not. It's really not at this point. And I don't think it has been for a long while.
Access granted.
Oh, great. Here am I on the other side too. Oh, hi there. Oh. Did you hear me draw my weapon?
What are you doing here?
Although, what to do in the meantime while you're educating the next generation? honestly, it would be a multi-generational effort because you'd have to, because it is the old guard that's in charge of defining education, at least at present, so you'd have to re-educate them a bit, and then so they can nudge the next generation further down the better path. So in the meantime, you kind of already have to have good people in power for this to really work out nice and cleanly. So I think as a stopgap, laws might actually be a good measure. Some kind of a stick to keep the current corrupt away from away from power. Of course, the problem with that is, well, so is the saying, there's nothing as permanent as a short-term solution. Just the fact that alludes to the fact that if you look at laws, a lot of things are intended to be short-term, like, oh, we'll just have it for this couple of months or just for a while this lasts. They never get repealed. As soon as the emergency's gone, they forget to completely remove whatever kind of powers or restrictions their emergency measures gave. Yeah, I'm going to go down this way and fully explore it first. So it is tricky to try and implement some short-term stuff that actually it doesn't have lasting scars. Just still the best way long-term is the educational route, but that will take a while and even longer. Yeah, you'd have to fertilize the soil first. And then you can plant the seeds, and then you have to water them, and then you maybe even have to plant a second generation of seeds too. From the first, it's going to take a while to get a societal shift on that scale. Actually, I suppose media coverage, mass media coverage would help. Because mass media does influence the people think. I mean, that is I don't think fondly of it, the fact that it can influence people, and that they knowingly influence people's opinions on a mass scale. But I can't deny that would be a helpful tool in this scenario. Because with that, you can already sway the old guard's opinion. At least get them open to the reforming education and not being total assholes in the meantime. So yeah, then it would be with working with the media conglomerates and their I mean, capitalism right now is doing a decent job of convincing people as to why it sucks. So it really is just a matter of the old guard going out at this point. That will still take a while. It may even take too long. Yeah, I think the reason I brought that up is because, like, that mass media conglomerate that may or may not control. I don't know about IRL, but definitely here in Deus Ex, it is one corporation controlling all the media. But as far as our world goes, like, they have a huge capitalist incentives to keep doing what they're doing and to preserve the current power structure. But trying to convince them of otherwise is going to be a Herculean task. Because they really do only think short-term profits. Only profits for the next few years at most. They might think of, say, positioning themselves to minimize risk in the next few decades, but that's it. They don't really actually think that long-term. Just let's try not to self-destruct, except they still self-destruct. Where's the... Oh, is that the mine? Great, that one's going to be hard to get. Yeah, it's probably time to use a gas grenade, huh? I wonder if I can survive a frag mine. I don't want to test that. I do not want to test if I can survive a frag mine. Yeah. Yeah. That was really good.
Hiding! They're always hiding when I need to see them!
Oh, hi. Either that's really shallow, or that's a kill box. I've never seen Jensen swim. I don't want to find out. Yeah, honestly, if I used Picus to actually like sway up like a pinion towards, say, responsible use of augmentations, that would probably help. Instead of trying to paint them as monsters. Because when you treat someone like a monster, one day they're gonna act like it. They're gonna act like it. Yeah, he probably does. I mean, he was a human, and humans can generally swim. At least modern humans. But who knows? He's been comatose for 6 months. Who knows if he can do a breaststroke?
We can't control them anymore! Run!
I see you, Sneaker. No, you get out of here. Go, go, go.
We can't control them anymore! Run! Run!
Come on, let's get us. Oh, I can't quite do a double. Well, they're not really doing much. Now I know what happens when I'm doing the animations. It literally freezes the whole game.
I don't want to have to do this.
I feel like I should clear them out of here. This feels like a blast silo or something. There's obviously internal conflict about how they should do it. It feels like they're trying to drive people into a corner to get them to act in desperation so they can then use that as an example to say, see? See? This is what augments do to people. But no, that's what people do to people. I mean, keep that in mind, though, when it comes to any kind of public sector deteriorating, because usually neoliberal assaults on the political side is to... Oh, that's David Seraph. The political side is to basically sabotage public services, like, say, U.S. Postal Service lately, or in the past, like Social Security, any kind of safety nets, really. So then things stop working well because they are underfunded and mismanaged, thanks to new policies. And then people get angry because it's not working, and then the new liberals just go, "Hey, what? I guess we'll just privatize it then. That'll make things better." It always makes things worse. Because their ultimate goal is to privatize, so they gotta make the public sector non-functional. Otherwise, private can't compete with public, because public gets a lot more funding and isn't concerned with profits, so it actually provides a good service for next to no cost. Well, for the cost of your taxes. Again, this Taggart's approach feels similar to that, in that he's trying to paint Augs in a very bad light, hoping that they'll actually play into the mold he's cast them. So they can go, "See? I told you!" And he's the one who drove them in there in the first place. The sad part is it really works unless you look for it. Why is it going this way, though? Ah, poison gas. That's not of much concern to me.
Can't be here. Not now. There's nowhere to go. Believe me.
Alright. So now the next one who comes at me, I can take out. Yeah, on top of Taggart being a pretentious asshole, as we learned from his bio, or his psych profile, back when we had that verbal debate with him, he also just has flawed views, so if you can't guess, I already don't like Taggart. I mean, I get how you could say maybe he means well, because that's what his very literal words are saying, but it seems like he's just doing his best to secure his own safety without actually trying to augment himself. So he's kind of even more of a little bitch than Darrow. Okay, Darrow's not fully a little bitch. He had the conviction to cause genocide. Ugh. If I have a reason to kill him, I will. Taggart, that is. Darrow, I want to live, but if I have a reason to kill Taggart, I will. But until I have a good reason, I'm just gonna do what I can to make sure he doesn't get his way.
Access granted.
Alright, really do make sure those are disabled. Holy frick. I don't know where the turrets are pointing, but they're probably covering the entire bridge. As I said, I don't want civil casualties. Oh, let's pop a painkiller. That should be good. Yo. I like how they run into the gas to try to get to me. It's convenient.
There's nowhere you can go. You should have stayed away.
Oh, I see that turret. That is not a good turret. Yeah, that would have killed everybody.
They're always hiding when I need to see them.
Alright, let's move away. Who follows me back here? That's his prerogative. As I was saying.
I don't want to. They're making me do it.
Okay, there are these side paths, but like, what's up with those? It's definitely a kill box height down there. I don't really care about trying to fall down there. That's not going to be good. Let's make a save though, just in case there's an accident. A happy little accident. Hmm. Seriously, where are you? Where am I even going? Where is this even directing me? Reach the broadcast center. Ah. Ah. Okay. That would explain why they weren't highlighted. Hold up, let me just get rid of the explosives. Yeah, this would be a real nice and easy romp if I decided to go all lethal on them. Oh, hello. Square Enix? Oh no. Uh... Okay. Maybe now it works. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, one, if throwing these off the side is what actually causes the crash, like when they hit the despawn point. Well, I mean, now I know I've just thrown all three of them off. Seems like the crash took place when the autosave was supposed to trigger. Hmm. Oh yeah. Also, there's a good reason I actually chose Friday for the vaccine to get my shot instead of yesterday or the day before, because, well, from the experience, all of the rest of my family has gotten the shot before me, and for them, all like the side effects of say having like a bit of a fever or other under the weather conditions, those all tend to happen like when you wake up the next day instead of the day you get the shot. And tomorrow is of course the traditional off day for stream, so if I end up feeling like shit, it won't affect the schedule. Won't cause a cancel or anything. So what's up with that one arrow? Alright, I do want to see what this shoots like though. Okay. Inaccurate. That's also inaccurate, but whatever. Where's some freaking CR ammo? I gotta replenish these 2 bullets I just fired. Yeah, this isn't Warframe. So on Warframe, I almost always have the synth set on. And the synth set is just, whenever you holster your weapon, it reloads part of the magazine. So if you just keep like quick swapping between everything, it'll fully reload everybody. Which works wonders with the Quellar. So the Quellar is a 300 round magazine, but a slow ass fire rate. So I get through like maybe 40 rounds or something. Never more than 100 rounds in a single session before I actually want to switch to another weapon. So usually by the time I swap back to it, it's already full max. I've never expended that much. Okay. Let me just read that pocket thing. Lockpick system is now configured for 9823. No regrets. I still really wonder if I can actually go down there, but probably not. Where was it? Because there's a vent that popped me right straight to David Seraph. I think it was, yes, right here.
Tell me you're here to rescue us? My God, I had
to crawl through the ventilation to avoid the carnage.
Why? Why would Hugh Darrow do such a thing? There's nothing to be gained by causing so much pain and terror.
It's never really spoke to the man.
How could Darrow turn his back on us? This technology was his baby. It was his passion that made me believe in its possibilities.
It's because his baby was leaving him behind, as any chick leaving the nest should.
I was so scared. I heard two of them coming around the corner, tearing at each other. I just dropped to the floor and played dead.
I wonder if that actually worked, or if they killed each other before they got to you. Hey JC, when are you guys going to finish that damn air vent? Don't you know you're holding old Darrow back from the role global? Oh, I read the response to that. Guys, well, you all know this can't stress enough. We must keep the main outlet valves in pristine condition. To some extent, they are the Achilles heel of the whole operation. If they fail, the entire station is in danger of collapse. Please make sure everyone's up to date with procedure. Hey Gary, Miko was talking to me about this. Apparently they're seriously worried about valve failure. It's kind of scary considering we're sitting in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. I think our review team is in order. Can you meet this week? Alright, safety superb protocols. Hire on core. Use security hub A to open pod 1 door. Approach manually. Perform visual manual inspection of equipment. Confirm that coolant level readings are operational levels. Check for crossed wires in nutrient and life support connector rings. Look for breakages in main structure, flaps, and Icarus platform. Ensure that transistor coupling lines are fully locked with no possibility of leakage. Perform visual manual inspection of drone. Note pallor, flesh on face, hands, and visible skin. Manually check pulse in neck or wrist. They call the person a drone. Return to Security Hub 1 and close door. Repeat sequence with Pod 2 using Security Hub B. Repeat again with Pod 3 using Security Hub C. Check this Alpha Pod, open Pods 1, 2, and 3, and leave open for duration of check. Either that's glass or it is open water, I'm not sure which.
Do I know you? You're Sarah's boy, aren't you? Jensen. Are you here to stop the carnage? Someone needs to take charge here.
Can you ask her, Nate?
Adam! Oh, thank God you came. I've got wounded here. We'll have to move them first.
We can't move anyone yet. Not until I get to the base of the station and shut down Darrow's broadcast.
What? Why?
The chaos you experienced here, it's everywhere. The Illuminati created a biochip that stops people from using enhanced abilities, and Darrow turned it into a kill switch.
Oh my God, you... We gotta fix this, Adam. If people realize what's happened, if they believe augmentation technology created this chaos, they'll ban human enhancement research forever.
And that would be a bad thing.
Yes, it would! Don't you see what's at stake here? Ever since man first crawled out of that ocean, we've been striving to be more than we are. Augmentation technology is just the latest, greatest step on a very long road. But we've barely scratched the surface of its potential. We can't let fear stop us from continuing.
That's your belief, Seraph. Not everyone shares it.
But you do, Adam. I know it. And if we work together, we can really make a difference. We can improve the lives of everyone, but only if we fix this.
Go on.
We'd have to get a message out after you shut down Hugh's signal. Tell the world, tell them the Humanity Front did this. That their doctors created a virus that only affects augmented people.
You mean lie?
It'll give us time, son. Time to figure out how to destroy the Illuminati's biochips and move on.
And what about the people who've been hurt by this? Don't they deserve the truth?
Adam, if we want the freedom to become more than we are, we can't be blinded by a misguided morality.
That's a red
people
flag.
will be left behind. It's reality. It's evolution, son.
Right. Evolution based on my DNA.
Please, son, you have to stay with me on this.
I'll think about it.
So I do think augment tech or research should continue with Jensen's DNA, because then everybody can just get all the augs they want. And I think that's wonderful. But the way Seraph is going about it and his whole cost justify the means mentality doesn't quite sit right with me. I still like him more than Taggart, but I can't say I wholly agree with him either. Or at least I can't say I wholly agree with his viewpoint. I'll have to see if there's like a third option or something. Oh, also, do I have a... Well, I don't. Not yet. Oh, not yet. Yeah, I'd have to go for silent movement at this point. There's really nothing else to get of worth to me anyways. Maybe drawing the plasma gun causes noise, I don't even know. I don't know how that guy detected me, because I was like walking, or I was crouch walking or something. I don't get it. I mean, Humanity Front has been behind some very bad things, but they're also relatively harmless because they're not augmented. It's a bit weird. They're really just pushing you to go full lethal, though, on this route, huh? Non-lethal's not that hard, though. They don't have guns. Or actually really any weapons other than their fists. Which makes them easy prey to my fists, which apparently have more range. Boss arena? Maybe boss arena. No, too open. Boss arena would have cover so you can actually use the stealth mechanic. No, I'll see if I can go talk to Hugh Darrow then. Like one last time. I have two super weapons and I'm not sure which one's stronger because I haven't used the plasma rifle on anything of note yet. I mean, I tried to use it on a mine, but this thing's not accurate enough. And the laser rifle really didn't seem to do a whole lot to that guy. I wasn't getting much feedback for it, for sure. Still can take out grunts super easy, though. Now, the real question now is if I remember the way back. Feels like I do, though. So far, anyways. Was that this way? I don't think it was this way. Was it? I don't think it was this way. I still gotta use the combat rifle on something now. I think it was an elevator. I think it was an elevator. This seems right. Yeah, that seems right. Yep, friendly turret. Alright, I have to go through the glass.
The codes should help you shut down the Hyron project, Panchaea's security system. When you see it, you will understand. There is no room for this technology in the world.
Well, no new option from Darrow. Yeah, I found Sarah. In fact, what I've just done is go all the way back to Hugh Darrow to see if he'd offer me a third option. And no, he does not. I have to find my way back to wherever the hell I came from.
You're back again for downloads? Or something else, maybe?
Still no cell.
I will remain.
Okay. So I may end up having Burke's revolver for the rest of the playthrough, because maybe there's no weapons dealer left. Alright. And now I make save, and we descend into the belly of the beast. Actually, in case something falls on the platform now. I'm more a fan of Sarah's idea than I am of Taggart's, but I don't fully agree with Sarah's viewpoint, but I do think AUGs are a good idea. like, if the research with Jensen's DNA keeps going, then everybody can get all the augmentations we want, and we can just turn into androids, and, like, that's a cool future I'd like, but other than that, I don't like his whole the ends justify the means approach. So much heavy rifle.
What the hell? My God.
I also hope we get to kill the Thai and medical CEO.
173 PSI.
Who am I?
Communications web online.
I feel cold.
Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters.
I don't remember.
Drone 4 disconnected.
Let me go.
Processing.
Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
Core temperature stable. Processing.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchea's Hiron project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve. I'm going to use it to hack Darrow's signal and rework the message to our benefit.
Our benefit? You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer, begin EEG sync.
So much pain.
Syncing beta waves at 40 cycles per second.
Sleep, please. Let me sleep.
Incompatible master slave chain detected. Alert. Unable to transfer control to Alpha Pod.
The system won't recognize my chip.
Neural systems offline. Rerouting control of the chain.
I can't control Hiron.
Increasing glitternations by 32%.
Zhao, get them out of there. I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control it! I'm in control!
Stop the signal.
Security alert.
Through the primary drone hatch.
Oh, shit.
Alpha Pod security in place. To access Alpha Pod, purge tertiary pods.
Yeah, I remember that signal. Oh, hello.
I must be the one to alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
No! Protect Mother!
Wait.
Stay away! Stay away!
I want more. Open. Disable. Alright.
You have been better served keeping your head down, Jensen.
I'll do it, Mother. Just don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. Security measures are sufficient. Insufficient.
Alright.
Once the weight of these days touches you,
Oh, please
there
does.
is no escape.
Hydrostatic pressure rising. Here.
Right.
Here.
Nice.
Here. Systems are. My organic systems under stress. Phosphatized.
Do you see where honor and ambition lead you? To a hole miles deep in the
Oh,
ocean.
right.
About to
Security.
meet your
Sec.
end.
Right.
I'm powerless.
Look at what they've done. I don't like it here. I don't like it. It's so cool down here. Look. Show us the light, Mother. Where's the light?
Warning. Pod 2 safety
I must fight this. I must succeed.
Gosh, Pop this thing is stupid accurate.
Can't move. Why can't I move? ACHE levels are critically low. How much longer will it be, Mother? I want to go home!
Warning. Part 1.
I have no choice but to eliminate you. You have ruined everything.
Okay, did these come back online? Because I thought I destroyed both of them.
System monitors online constantly. There's too much to keep track of. Supplemental diagnostics required before we can sleep.
After this, Tayo will dominate the market. Science will no longer be a thorn in my side.
Gods, where the hell is all the... Alright.
Results of the diagnostics are inconclusive. I feel bad. Vital signs. Vital signs normal? No. This is not normal. We just want to be normal.
Other than killing them, I'm not sure what to do here. Unless these... Ah. Maybe time then. Is it really it?
Part 1. Safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support.
I guess then?
Part 3.
You will be missed,
Safety
Spliff.
purge complete. Reinitiating
Alright.
hybrid life support.
It may be more of me just wondering what the hell I'm supposed to do, though, than finally killing them, which I will regret.
Part 2. Safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support. Warning. Part 2 safety purge in progress. Stand by. Contamination warning. Part 2 access hatch is open. Part 2 safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid Part 1. Safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life Part 3. Safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support.
I can also hack this, apparently. I mean, I don't have any turrets coming at me, so this is perfectly fine.
Access granted.
Life support system. Okay. That's life support system. Oh boy. Oh boy. Secure A to open pop one door, approach manually. Rings are open, check for cross wires, blah blah blah. You have one enclosed door. Repeats again to pod 2. Pod 3 to access Alpha Pod. Open pods 1, 2, and 3 and leave open for duration of check. What is this one? This one...
Warning. Part 1 safety purge in progress. Stand by.
one is...
Warning. Pod 3 safety purge.
Ah, that's the wrong order.
Stand by.
Okay, so I know it's counterclockwise.
Pod 3. Safety purge complete. Reinitiating hybrid life support.
Still though, this bitch, she's just thinking profits the entire time. I really want Jensen to kill her before, but I want to make her death painful.
Warning. Pod 1 safety purge in progress. Stand by.
I really want to be sure her death is painful, but I'm not sure if I'll get that.
Warning. Pod 2 safety purge in progress. Stand by.
I may need to actually approach them though. For...
Warning. Pod 3 safety purge in progress. Stand by.
Yeah, I need to. Okay, Pods 1, 2, and 3 and leave open for duration of check.
Warning. Manual override of tertiary pods initiated. Total system purge in effect. Shutting down tertiary stations. Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Electric discharge sequence initialized.
Where did you get that gold? From that fool, Darrow. This will not stop me, Jensen. It's happening. Harmony is compromised. No, wait. It's initiating emergency protocols. Ah! You don't know the resources they have at their disposal, Jensen. Despite your special genetics, you have been in over your head the whole time. Initiate dissipation protocol.
Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Halfway to discharge sequence.
Damn you, Darrow. You betrayed them.
Warning. Primary pod compromised. Secondary security measures activated. Evacuate area.
I'm not entirely sure where to go right now.
You cannot reach it, Jensen. There are too many containers.
No, that's not too.
You and I have both figured.
Warning. Primary pod station damaged.
No! I will not lose this. It's my right. I have worked too long. Stop now. You want the glory. Is that it? Never! It is all mine! I have given everything for this!
Warning. Primary pod station failure imminent. Warning. Electrical charge approaching critical levels. Discharge imminent. Clear the area.
I feel like I hit a time limit, honestly. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, makes sense on that front. Again, aside from killing her, I'm really not sure. May as well make use of this then, yeah? Right. Yeah, we are. Let's do hypo sims. Fire electronics, I'd say. Let's see, where to shoot. Again, aside from her specifically anyways, where to shoot. Let's see, there's her, sure. What else? If I demonstrate what you're getting at, then... I mean, summon the one. No, it is not. The glass is gone. Allow me to refract that, didn't you? And yeah, a plasma rifle does not feel good. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Make sure the job is done, Jensen. Be sure to dismember her. Alright. I'm not fully convinced she's dead. Not sure that's enough to break her plot armor. I think that's the best I can really do.
Welcome to the Edge. It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Eliza? What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer. Do you know where we are, Adam? We are at the fulcrum point, when society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way, by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down the signal. Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. However, if you desire, I can alter Darrow's message. Conceal the creation of the biochip while putting in new content.
Content blaming the Humanity Front, like Sarah suggested.
The organization has already admitted to harboring terrorists. It would be easy to convince people they turn to biological warfare in a more desperate attempt to get rid of augmented people.
But why? What would that achieve?
In time, it could shift the focus of hatred onto people whose prejudices are seen as too extreme, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution as they desire. But if you want me to perform this edit for you, you must disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Alternatively, Darrow's message can be adjusted to erase all mention of the power group known as the Illuminati. I can report that lack of proper regulation allowed vast quantities of neuropozyne to become contaminated prior to reaching the market.
Taggart's preference. You think the world will buy a made-up story about neuropozyne poisoning?
You might be surprised by what people believe. I can convince them. And having experienced the negative effects of corporate negligence firsthand, a majority of people might force the world to place harsh restrictions on all human enhancement research. But only if you disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Of course, there is another option. This passage leads to Panchaea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?
Okay, that fourth option was, alright. That was something. And what's down here? Ah. Self-destruct. Oh, I can't go back to enter more mags into her. Frick. I'd say though, the Fletcher rounds on this were good for blind firing, because you just need to get line of sight long enough for the lock to take hold, then you can blind fire at whatever the hell you want. Which is neat. It kind of makes up for the fact that the damage is a bit subpar compared to the 10 mil. 12 different endings. Oh geez. I'm guessing it's based on what I've done during the playthrough as opposed to probably the 4 choices here at the end, then multiplied by 3 for the different spins on how I played Jensen. I guess how lethal versus non-lethal I played him. Plasma rifle was very underwhelming though. That thing did not tear apart robots like I thought it would. it's multi-target. Actually... Yeah, the damage isn't actually that high, huh? How do you even get this upgraded, though? That's exactly what I guessed before you typed it. Given I've done mix, I'm not sure what I'll get. I'm not sure if I'll end up getting, say, a murder ending or something better. I'm definitely not getting pacifist ending. That's not gonna happen. Except for here. I mean, all the cities in here I've made sure to knock the fuck out. Except for the ones that died to the electrical hazard that happened. So yeah, future playthrough is going to focus on the 10mm. Or the combat rifle. Not both, though. Would I, though? Would I, though? It's actually a good question. Would I? How's this even look statistically? The damage is a bit lackluster. This thing, though, is pretty freaking great. I'd stick with 10mm, honestly. She'll save me a lot of inventory space, that's for sure. Alright, so I would like all research to continue. So, I'm probably not going to do Taggart's option. On the other hand, I do place a high value on truth, so I am very tempted to send Darrow's, even if that means none of it, no augments in the future. Not quite into Seraph's message, because again, corporate overreach or negligence, it's just, I don't like putting more power into corporations. Our world is evidence enough of that. And there's self-destruct where it's just like, yeah, we can let the Illuminati reform. That sounds decent if we've actually managed to kill everyone in the Illuminati, at least everyone of import. But if we haven't, then it can just rebuild, and that's not good. I think you just answered which one I want to do then. Well, I think this might have the best result for humanity. Or maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell what Darrow's option would do. Versus Seraph's message. Well. Keep the 10mm out.
If you do this, the unadulterated truth in Darrow's confession may well convince mankind to cast all science and technology aside, to ensure that future generations grow up free and whole. Are you sure this is your choice?
Okay. Probably get the neutral ending. Yeah.
So be it then.
Rather spread the truth.
Albert Einstein said, technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Took me a while, but I finally see his point. How often have we chased the dream of progress only to see it perverted? More often than not, haven't the machines we built to improve life shattered the lives of millions? And now we want to turn that dream on ourselves to fundamentally improve who we are. Experience has shown me how dangerous that can be. How many times in the Call of Duty did I almost fall into the trap of taking shortcuts, abusing my abilities or the resources at hand? I resisted. Barely at times, because I valued human lives and considerations. Can I truly despise others who fall? Technology offers us strength. Strength enables dominance, and dominance paves the way for abuse. Darrow understood this. He knew that using technology to become something more than we are risks losing our ability to love, aspire, or make moral choices. The very things that make us human. It also risks giving some men the power to make others what they choose, regardless of the cost to human dignity. The suffering Darrow inflicted is not the end of the world. It is merely the seed for change. And change never comes without pain.
Alright, not quite the message I wanted to send out there at the end, but alright. So, two things I'm planning to do right now. One is to go back and see Seraph's ending. Because while I don't quite agree with his viewpoint, the end result is still closer to what I'd like. The second is if there's New Game Plus. Because I'm wondering if I could carry over anything in my inventory. Because, like, how would you fully upgrade the plasma rifle at that point in the game? There's just not enough upgrade kits around there, unless you hoarded all of them, knowing the plasma rifle was right there. Or it was hidden in a far earlier level, which is entirely possible. All in all, I enjoyed this game. Again, if I played through it again, I would not pick two guns, or maybe I would, but I'd known more now what they actually do. I'd make different choices. I think a shoddy sniper type of approach was probably for the best. Because, again, there was way too much overlap between the combat rifle and the 10mm. I have their niches, but I didn't really come into them until I fully upgraded one. I'm also curious about a non-lethal playthrough. So that would just mean using the stun gun and the tranq rifle, which is way easier on the inventory. Kind of. Tranq rifle's pretty big though. Yeah, I think I'd keep the 10mm and something to handle longer ranges. I mean, barring the longer ranges, I'd want like a grenade launcher so that way I can very easily take care of big-ass robots that don't have security terminals to turn them to my side. But otherwise, it's just when I'm trying to save Malik in China. Sorry, well, not in China, we're in Hong Kong, that's not China. I'm trying to save Malik in Hong Kong, it's like, the 10mm doesn't have enough range to shoot all those guys. I had to use the combat rifle for that. So I need something better than the combat rifle for long range, so I can use during that time and that time alone. Or I could, you know, run around with the 10mm, be really efficient with kills, that's also possible. Well, I mean, once you get the laser rifle, though, that's just replacing whatever the hell I paired with the 10mm system grenade launcher, I guess. Perk-wise, I mean, I'm not really going to bother with stealth enhancements. Because once I've seen the info once, I already have a gist of what it's like without it. I will not go for aim stabilizer unless I decide to forgo red dots, which... I mean, I'm using the laser rifle and the 10mm. They're pretty accurate from the even blind firing. Jesus, that laser rifle. Reduced recoil will be pretty good, so yeah, I'll go full strength tree. Okay. Because there was Mankind Divided, right? I'm guessing that's the direct sequel. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping they'd pull a Mass Effect in which they read your save data and carry over your choices. I don't know. Not sure if I'd get Cloak sooner or not. And I don't think I'll invest in the extra battery packs. I mean, I can think of a reason why I'd want to have them, because then say I want to use Cloak for extended period of time, I can then pop all the bars beforehand and then have all that, especially when I do knockouts. But as soon as I consider the fact that I can also, say, punch walls down, that feels like a waste of an energy bar, if it's not the regenerating kind. Which is why I don't think I'd ultimately go for that, because then I end up using Klondike bars a lot. Oh, there were plenty though. In the early and mid stages of the game. Late stage though, they got really rare for some reason. Probably because they assumed you have a lot or something. Not quite sure what I'd pick first though. Probably not the immune to fall damage thing though, because I just have to be careful not to fall for the most part. That damn cutscene. If only they just toggled fall damage off instead of giving a freaking cutscene to it. Meter jump is really nice. Sonic movement I never got to use, so I think combining that with Cloak would be pretty cool. Or just by itself. Like, the issue though is finding a button for that, because I only have 2 thumb buttons on my mouse. Maybe scroll wheel? I mean, scroll wheel cycles through the up bar, but I just hit the num keys for that, so I guess scroll wheel. I mean, I was thinking middle mouse button, but that's actually ADS. Rather not unbind ADS. Or maybe. The red dot, ADS doesn't quite matter, does it? I also should have made more use of the freaking EMP needs. Once I got the cloak, I completely forgot I had grenades. I'm just like, yeah, I can already prevent. Because before I was like, the grenades were used to stun lock the boss, so I didn't take damage. And that felt actually great to use. It felt like I was playing a little bit of Ultra Killer Doom for a moment. Because I'm not using stealth, I'm just out there, just explosions and gunfire all day, every day. Dominating the enemy. But Once I got the cloak, it's just like, I don't need to use that to not take damage. So I have all those extra EMP nades. I also wonder if you can knock out the bosses. Not sure. I don't think I had gas grenades for a good amount of them, though.
You worry too much, Morgan. There's nothing we can't manage given time. She's here. I have to cut this short. Keep going through the wreckage. Maybe we'll find something we can use for the Morpheus initiative. Come in. Dr. Reed. We're so pleased you decided to join us.
Where else could I go?
No regrets, my dear. As Ariadne told Theseus before he entered the Minotaur's labyrinth, always forward, never left or right. You'll be very interested in our current project. We're breaking new ground.
Yes, the nanite virus chimera is quite intriguing. I'm looking forward to seeing the hybrid project up close, Mr. Page.
And so you shall. But please, call me Bob.
A sequel bait? Alright. Oh, am I supposed to actually click on something now? Where did this even come from? Huh. If I get my hands on the original, I might have a good time with it. I mean, I can play 2000s Shank. Not sure about 90s Shank, though. Nice music, though. How did I hit ESC? Ah. Is it over now? Yes, it's over. Oh, there is New Game Plus. Okay. Okay, so there's that. There was this. I think this was before the boss fight. Yeah, it was. Alright, so I'm gonna just try the laser kill this time. This plasma rifle sucks, though. I mean, maybe if I upgrade it, it'll actually do something decent, but damn. I don't quite like it. I mean, it looks cool with how it comes out, at least for the guns in the game, but, like, damn. Not as effective as it is cool, that's for sure. Since I have a loud long range, I think I'll be fine with the sniper, honest. Oh, maybe. Maybe. If I get a laser dot for the, or a red dot for the sniper, then I think it'll be okay, because that scope on the sniper is god's awful. The scope, I don't like at all. This is way too restricting.
Alpha pod security in place. To access Alpha pod, purge tertiary pods.
I must be the one to alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
Are there perchance 3 turrets instead of 2?
Stay away! Stay away! Madman's here.
There are 3, that's why. I thought there were only 2 turrets the first time I did this. And so I was confused why the third one shot me. Oh, it was like a second one reborn or something.
Don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. No, I can't take.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, make sure they're headshots. I know she doesn't have much of a brain, but I still gotta be sure it's gone. Can't tell, there's one character I like less than Taggart. Make sure it's very accurate. And just be extra safe. a bit sporadic in how the ammo drains. I'd like to do a full mag, but I think a half mag will be enough.
Hello, Adam.
No.
Welcome.
Eliza?
Oh, that's in-game cutscene. Okay.
Ted.
If you do this, the focus of hatred may shift to those responsible for unleashing biological warfare, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution. Are you sure this is your choice? So be it then.
Sarif was right about one thing. It's in our nature to want to rise above our limits. Think about it. We were cold, so we harnessed fire. We were weak, so we invented tools. Every time we met an obstacle, we used creativity and ingenuity to overcome it. The cycle is inevitable. But will the outcome always be good? I guess that will depend on how we approach it. These past few months, I was challenged many times. But more often than not, didn't I try to keep morality in mind, knowing that my actions didn't have to harm others? Time and time again, didn't I resist the urge to abuse power and resources simply to achieve my goals more swiftly? In the past, we've had to compensate for weaknesses, finding quick solutions that only benefit a few. But what if we never need to feel weak or morally conflicted again? What if the path Sarif wants us to take enables us to hold on to higher values with more stability? One thing is obvious. For the first time in history, we have a chance to steal fire from the gods. To turn away from it now, to stop pursuing a future in which technology and biology combine, leading to the promise of a singularity, would mean to deny the very essence of who we are. No doubt the road to get there will be bumpy, hurting some people along the way. But won't achieving the dream be worth it?
Again, not a huge fan of the ends justify the means mindset, but you know what? This is a bit closer to the end result I
the
want.
gods we've always been striving to be. We might as well get good at it.
Okay. What is new game story? That'll give me a challenge again. Oh, that's Paige.
Is everything?
Man, a lot of this is making more sense.
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort, and the public will be primed for our recall.
And the clinics?
We control their birth strings. They will do as we say.
I still think we should wait for the referendum.
We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month.
But the mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
won't change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
I can kind of identify who's who now, even through the voice masking.
And in Washington tonight, crowds continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all. Sarif Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac. No, we won't be going through the terminal. It's too exposed.
Alright, that's too familiar. I don't have inventory right now.
Warning. This lab is for authorized personnel only.
What did you mean back there, Meg? About how you found it?
Nothing. It's just my nerves talking.
There's something I should know about this place, about Sarif.
Megan!
Hold on.
We're still getting biochemical fluctuations across the artificial flow cells.
Okay. But the increased neuropeptides coming from the PDOT cluster could be throwing off your calibrations.
Right. I'll double-check that.
I can't believe you were asking about David. You've been here long enough to know of... Eric! You wouldn't be avoiding me, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Reed. I think I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after splicing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had a better cytometer...
We might get a more accurate reading that confirms my theory. I'll ask David to consider it.
Well, if he orders one from Page Industries, maybe they'll throw in another cappuccino maker.
You overthink everything, Adam. The work we're doing is good. We're helping people overcome their physical limitations.
Yeah, except most of our clients seem to be DOD.
You're doing
It's
good.
not all
Just another hour to
military.
go.
We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
Damn it!
Watch it, Eddie. Those boxes are worth more than your salary.
Sorry.
Nia, you almost ready?
For Washington? Huh.
Remember that lady.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes, thanks to Vasily, actually.
As I was saying, sir, the Typhoon uses a modified combat chassis like the one I'm wearing. But I've improved its design using shaped microcharges to propel the steel balls.
And the backblast problem?
Solved through kinetic bleeders in the augment. Here, watch. Go ahead.
Impressive. How soon till it's ready?
I'm afraid I have to run, but Vasily has all the details, General.
Of course.
We still have some work to do to improve the Typhoon.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Alright, I want to look at what actually, before I sit through all of that again. Ah. Okay. Now that I've read Town Square, I'm gonna look up what the heck New Game Plus actually does. Instead of sitting through all of that intro exposition again. Okay. Okay. So it's the kind of the New Game Plus that I made for Dark Messiah. That game does not have New Game Plus, but with console commands, I can hack in some skill points. So I gave myself skill points I had from the previous playthrough, and that's what the New Game Plus does here.
Yeah, he is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
How far are you going?
Diane's office. I forgot to leave her a key so she can walk Kubrick. He's gotten big, you know. Keeps knocking over all my plants.
Did you destroy that vase yet?
I moved it. And I fenced in the yard. Like you always said you were going to.
Yeah, never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam, there's something
Good evening.
Pritchard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry. See you at the helipad, Adam.
Sure.
Did I interrupt something, Jensen?
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. Want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot. Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
Ex-SWAT, and you'd be surprised. Sarif has to see you too.
Athena. She wants me to show her how to track our scientist-implanted locator devices. In case your security plans in Washington don't measure up.
They will.
Gentlemen, how wonderful to see you both. Go right in, Adam. He's waiting.
This is the newest in encrypted GPL trackers, Athena. It transmits data to our dedicated satellites every 10 feet.
I don't care what it takes. I want you, Darrow, in Washington, by my side.
The man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there. Big day for us tomorrow. Everything in place?
Yes, sir. Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good, good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
All she has to do is show him her research. She explain it to you?
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you, Darrow, ever did.
Environmental malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find. Athena, get someone to shut off the damn racket.
Yes, sir.
Oops. Because the pointer doesn't act. It's with the bottom point of the mouse instead of the actual point.
Where's Megan? She report in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn it. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard. Pritchard.
Oh, there's a laser dot. Nice. Oh, it's these goons. And I thought they were in all... I remember them being in all black the first playthrough, but I guess I misremembered.
Nearing source of disturbance.
My guess is this is a max upgraded combat rifle aside from the lack of a suppressor. Other upgrades. Statistically, it's likely at the top of the line. Otherwise, I don't think the reload will be that fast. The damage this good. Char's more accurate, but oh well.
No one's here. Stay sharp. Return at any time.
These guys FEMA or Bell Tower? That's what I don't quite remember. Oh, that nameless bitch. Okay. Two of them? Oh, there's 3 and 4. Okay.
Nearing source of disturbance. We know someone's here. Keep looking. Nearing source of disturbance. We know someone's here. Keep looking.
Okay, that should be it for this tutorial sequence, kind of.
Adam, it's David. You in the building?
Just entered the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably.
I can't skip this.
Of course, it might seem. Looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that comment. We're done here.
Okay, so according to... Yes, I do have everything, which means I could actually max everything out now with Energy Plus. Of course, all my stuff is gone, but whatever.
Adam, how close are you to the helipad?
Almost there.
Good. Because SWAT's about to turn this into a PR nightmare. Meet me in the chopper. I'll brief you as we go.
Oh, there's a crash. Well, I suppose that's a good time to end it anyways. So, thanks for watching. That's been Deus Ex. You know what? Let me know if you want to see a new game plus, honestly. I'll say that now. I'll ask in Discord too. But for now, good night, and you may or may not learn if I feel like shit tomorrow.